Hey, it's Dr. Faith, your personal life coach, and I do pray that you are living the triumphant life. Hope that you all had a wonderful love month. You spent some time loving yourself and loving those who God placed in your life. Hey, that's what it's all about, right? Well, I just wanted to check in and see how you're doing. I know that we're embarking upon March. We're entering into that springtime. For many of you all, it's going to be spring break very soon. And I'm quite sure you're looking for a good read, or you're looking for a podcast, or looking for something that can feed your spirit and uplift you, because it's so much going on today, right? So I want to encourage you all as we move into our spring, that you take some time continuously, a mental health break here and there. Take some time to regroup yourself. Take some time to check in with the strong ones, check in with the loved ones. And most of all, if you're not hearing from somebody, you definitely want to do a well-being check, because let me tell you something, stress is at an all-time high. So I am here to encourage you, despite what it is you're going through, whatever you're experiencing life, that you can overcome, you can triumph, and you can have great success. But before I get started, tonight I want to talk to you about just birthing your ministry. What has God called you to do? It's so much happening right now in our personal lives, professional lives, and you may be a point where you're fresh out of something, whatever that something may be. It could be fresh out of overcoming COVID. It could be fresh out of switching jobs, because we heard that this season of time is like the great resignation, where people have been resignating from their careers and just shifting to other career and exploring other opportunities. Not sure where you find yourself on the pendulum of life, but I just want you to kind of consider that after you have gone through it all, how can you establish yourself and be a reservoir for somebody else? How can you help someone else through your life's experiences? That, my friends, is what I call ministry. Ministry is simply to serve, to give of yourself, and to help others. And I do believe that God has called us all to our personal ministries, where He has gifted us, and he has allowed us to experience some things in life. And isn't it a good thing knowing that what you've experienced in life, whether good or bad, will never be in vain? It will never be for no reason. It will always serve a greater purpose. That is what I believe ministry is all about. Not just experiencing a one-time event, but going through, seriously suffering through an experience. It could be marriage. It could be divorce after being married. It could be a terminal illness. You may have suffered with low self-esteem. You may have gone through debt and being homeless, or experienced an addiction that has claimed a large portion of your life. Listen, when God brings you out on the other end, trust me, my friends, there is an anointing on you that you can speak life into someone else's similar situation. And not only speak life, you can show them how to overcome and how to get through. So I just want to, if that's you, just keep listening, because this has been a message that's been on my heart now since the beginning of 2022. Help those who are in the process of discovering their ministry or putting their ministry together. So this is what I want to do and talk to you all about tonight. So the first thing, how do you identify your ministry? Not sure how I'm going to title this, but it will be around birthing of your ministry, doing what God has called you to do. The first thing is that you recognize that God has called you to a higher service. You realize that, look, I can't sleep at night. I visualize myself helping people, talking to people, working with people, creating baskets or mentorship or whatever it may be, clothes items. You may have this knack for singing, baking, cooking, whatever it is. You just can't let it go. You love to do it to serve other people. You love being in the vein of it so that you could help somebody else. So you may put a smile on someone's face with your comedy. You love doing it. You're even on TikTok, you're on Instagram, and you're making those videos and those dances, and you're just bringing a smile to people's face. That's service, because in this time, we need that, the gift of laughter now more than anything. So you may have that ministry to help somebody get through their trying times just with laughing, with the gift of laughing. Yes, my friend, that is a service that you could provide to someone else to help them get through their tough times. So, number one, you know that God called you to serve at a higher level, beyond your norm, beyond what you do that, one-on-one. It's you see yourself helping other people and really, really reaching people and bringing a smile to people's faces. Another thing is, that you take some time to prepare. You're not just talking the talk, but you're taking time to do some research. If you have a ministry of help, you're taking some time to research the particular area in which you like to serve, maybe hospitality. It may be that you enjoy cleaning services, cleaning other people's homes, or rejuvenating furniture, or you may be helping someone look beautiful, makeup artists. I consider that a ministry that helps other people tap into their inner beauties and beautify. Also, cosmetologist is a ministry as well. You're serving other people by you're grooming them and helping them see the beauty of diverse styles and bringing confidence to that individual. So you spend some time researching how can you better this particular area and this particular craft. Now, what a ministry is not, it's not just something that you do and you expect to get paid from. It's really not like that. A ministry is something that pay may come, compensation may come, but that's not your sole purpose for doing what you do. Your sole purpose for going live and telling some jokes is not so that people can go fund you or something like that. You're okay if you don't have coins from this particular live at the end of the day. You're okay with that because you're doing what you love. You're okay with going to a coalition and volunteering and helping and talking to abused women and not being compensated and paid for it because you see the impact of you just sharing your story with one person and helping them and connecting them with other resources. That brings you joy. So it's not necessarily something that you're expecting compensation for, but you can do it without compensation. And who knows, if you're faithful to do that which God has gifted you to do, that which God has given and entrusted you to do, down the line, you never know that there may be an opportunity for you to be compensated, but that's not a requirement. Right? You can do it without compensation and you'll be happy because you're having and you see impact on somebody else's life. So how do you know that you're called to ministry? How do you know that you got a ministry on your hand? Number one, you're called to a higher service. You believe that by God using you in that particular area, you're changing lives, you're helping people. Number two, you could do this without getting paid. You don't have to be paid to do this particular, Number two is that you spend time honing your craft. You spend time researching. You just can't stop building your craft. You're excited about researching and making sure that you know what you're doing. You want to get better at it. You want to see who else is doing what you're doing and you want to learn from that person. You're seeking out mentorships, right? You're talking it up with other people. Number three, you can do this without getting paid. All right. You're not looking for compensation right off the bat, right? You're looking to utilize your services and be a blessing to others just solely because you want to help. And because you know you have a message, you have a story, you have a gift, and you're so urgent to share. Which brings me to number four. Not only do you do this without compensation, but you get excited about sharing this. You get excited about individuals coming up to you and seeking your wisdom and seeking your guidance. You're happy about it. So you know that this is a ministry Doesn't necessarily have to be easy, doesn't necessarily have to be something that's common, but it is what God called you to do because you have joy. Did you catch that? You have joy. Again, you don't have to be paid. It doesn't have to be something super popular where you have bukus of crowds just, waiting on you to arrive. With one person, you have joy. By talking to one person, making one person laugh, beautifying somebody with a hairstyle, makeup, clothing, attire, whatever your gifts are, whatever your ministries are, you have joy doing just that. So that is an indication that you have a ministry on your hands. It is something that there's a bigger picture to this. Okay, it's not about the fanfare. It's not about all of the followers. It's not about the popularity people. At the end of the day, are you doing what God called you to do? At the end of the day, are you happy helping other people in that particular area which you have a strong skill set? If not, then that may not be your calling into ministry and into service. If every day you dread doing this particular thing, I would not consider that is the ministry. Yes, it gets hard. Of course, there will be challenges, but in the end, deep down inside, you have joy. You have peace knowing that God has called you to this and he's going to help see you through it. So you're not depending on anybody else for your joy. You're not depending on anybody else for fanfare or make you feel that you've been called or affirming you, or you need confirmation from anybody before you do what God has called you to do. You have joy and you have peace, knowing that you are in your season and in your ministry of what God has ordained you to do. And it's not like anyone else. It's unique to your life, your experiences, and the people God has called and ordained you to reach. So I hope that this has helped somebody, that after you've gone through the storm, after you've experienced what you've experienced, you're probably fresh out of that trial. You're probably fresh out of that sick bed. Now is the time to establish yourself in what God has called you to do. It's time to stand up. It's time to serve, and it's time to give of yourself to help and empower other people. We all have a work to do. We're one body, despite what it looks like. We are one people, and we're all called to serve the higher calling, which is doing what God has created, molded, fashioned us to do. So I encourage you all to tap into that ministry calling, to tap into what God has called you to do. Spend some time, read, meditate, pray, seek the Lord for guidance concerning what he's given you, that burden in your heart. How can you move forward effectively and successfully, and be open to hear what it is he instructs you to do, and the people he starts sending your way. Everything is confirmation, and everything could be a sign to those who are paying attention. So I encourage you all in this season to keep moving forward and do those great things that God has called and commissioned you to do. Oh, one more thing. We're embarking on Women's History Month, right? So I know that this month we're looking at women who heal and women who give hope. So we're focused on women in the caregiving field, on the front line, and those who have been helping us get through these pandemics. If you see one of those women, know those women, hug them, love on them, thank them, give them their roses before you can't do it any longer. Be kind, be nice, encourage, uplift, write a note, a card of some sort, take them out to lunch, treat them to dinner, let them know you appreciate them. We see them, you see them, and most of all, God sees them as they operate in their ministry calling. So let's be of service to the women who have served and they are serving as our healers, and they're giving us hope as we navigate this time of pandemic. So be a blessing to a woman this month, and most definitely let them know you appreciate them. I want to shout out a nice sister of mine who designed this blouse. If you guys can see it, let me move this triumphant living cup. Oh, excuse me. But Pastor Pam Bell, she is the founder of the Blessed Diva collection. So in the spirit of Women's History Month, I encourage you to go to Facebook and check her out if you want any custom made blouses, women, and shirts designed such as this. This is my sister with her fro, and you see her nice jewelry, bling, accessories, her shade. You know that's me, lip popping, of course. So stop by the Blessed Diva collection on Facebook. Shout out Pastor Pam Powell. Thank you so much for your services, Queen, and all that you do to help us look divine and beautiful and have a sense of pride. So I hope that this helps somebody. God has called you into ministry. He's given you a gift of service to other people. You've paid the price. I'm telling you, now is your time. Now is your season. You don't need the permission of men. You don't need the accolades, the fanfare, because at the end of the day, it's not about that. Whose life have you impacted as a result of what you've experienced and as a result of what God has commissioned you to do? Who has changed for the better? Think about that, right? That's a little heavy. But this is Dr. Faith, your personal life coach, always here in your corner to encourage you to live triumphantly. And God bless you until next time. Thank you.